Because I told him when we was in Algeria, I said, well, we had a meeting. First thing I told him, I said, there's a white girl. I said, this is the first time I've been upstairs in this secure area. I said, but on the balcony is a white girl hanging over there drinking a mint julep or something almost all the time. In other words, you're not being secure. You're letting, you know what I mean, a possible enemy, which is 95% possibility. I said, plus you can't have a revolution going down to the Rue de Douche Morag every day in the street and buying hashish. You can't be high. And then I told them physical fitness, y'all, because I'm out on the beach every day running and stuff like that. And I said, you can't have no revolution like that, you know. And then I said, what we gonna do about money? Now remember, I done gave him a stack of money already. I already gave him a stack of money. So, I said, they said, what suggestions do you have? I said, well, we could, we could establish a drug smuggling cartel. And that would give us tons of money. I got all the distribution in California and everywhere else. So half the people, they didn't say nothing, but they was for that all the way. But they said, no, we couldn't do that. It's against the principles of the party. I said, that's all right, I'll go do it myself then. So that's what I did. I left there, went to Tanzania for a while, hung out in Black Africa. Then I went up to Europe, hung out there for a while, or Scandinavia. Then I went to South America. And that's what I did. What I'm saying, that's exactly what I did. I established a cocaine smuggling cartel. There's no Negro did it before or after. Just think about it. You don't read about you read about blacks selling a lot of cocaine, but they buying it from Colombians. Nobody went down there. Nobody, can you imagine? Nobody having the adventurism to go down there and say, hey man, we're gonna hook it up. Anyway, it's a long story. So we did that. Sometimes people get a second chance. My second chance was when I was thinking, okay, when I came back from Africa, the rebellion is over. You know, the party's dead, and nobody even thinking about that rebellion. So the only thing is, I'm rebellion orientated now. I'm into this. I don't make no difference what they into, but I'm into it. So I come to the conclusion that I cannot work underground. Because underground, they had all the movements in. Red Brigade, Baader Meinhof Gang. They had a lot of people blowing up stuff, all that, blowing up airliners. That stuff was big then. You know, so then I happened to be working with my partners, Jews. So we had, the only arguments we ever had was about Palestine. You know, I said, no, they got it right. They shouldn't blow up plants. I said, what do you mean? Y'all shouldn't be in there. What's the name? What are you talking about? You know, so actually we was politically correct even then. So anyway, we had to find where are we gonna fit in this. You know, that's what wandering in the wilderness do. There's no more movement. Either here, inside the U.S., you can tell it's dying down. By 73, they had made 72. They made Superfly. And I can tell by the people that's coming down that there ain't no rebellion going on. So now, what are you going to do? This is the thing. That's what wandering in the wilderness means. So there's certain things. You can't work underground, because if you work underground, all you can do is be mad and blow up a building, you know what I mean, and stuff like that. I said, I ain't into that, you know what I mean. Shootouts with the police, and you in there, and about 10,000 police outside, and they drag you out, all bloody and looking stupid. So that ain't my type of, I ain't into that. I mean, I just, you know what I mean. I just say, oh no. So I had to work above ground. That means I got to come back and clear up my cases here that I had here. So I came back and cleared them up. All that time, I had time to study. The people that were in Leavenworth with me, up on McNeil Island, they would have classes, and I would study. With most of the brothers was in the Dar. They was at 75, 74. They was at Leavenworth. And when I was on the West Coast, the deputy warden just jumped up and sent me to Leavenworth. Well, they had the record, and they said, this guy has too much power, and everybody knows him on the West Coast. That's why they sent me to Leavenworth. In those days, Leavenworth was called the end of the world. Now they got all kind of, but Leavenworth, they had Marion if you was just acting real silly. But if you just a normal, we don't like you, that's why they sent me to Leavenworth. They don't know what they be doing. When I came from Leavenworth, guess what I get in contact with? First, there's the Sunni Muslims. The Sunnis. Guess who Sunni Muslims are? All the people from the movement. So we get a chance to go over it. It's an education. What happened a few years ago? You know, how did this happen? How did that, what is, what do we have? It was an education. I wasn't getting that on McNeil Island because the federal penitentiary out that way, everybody was there for gangsterism and other stuff. But they wasn't there for rebellion. But in Leavenworth, those was the heart. I'm telling you, the Puerto Rican Liberation Movement, the little guy that they shot up at Congress in 1950, they was in Leavenworth with me. Yeah. And one of my partners who was a Latino, he used to hang around with him. He'd say, hey, this is so-and-so. So he introduced me to these guys. And, well, there was one there at that time. And the lady that was with him, when I was in Leavenworth, they offered to let them all go if they said they were sorry or something. And that lady said, you kids, I'm sorry. I said, yeah. She said, yeah, I'm sorry that we didn't get our freedom. But as far as, I mean, they shot up the Congress in 1950. You read it about that. You ever hear about? They walked down there and they shot up the Congress. They were revolutionaries for the liberation of Puerto Rico. Anyway, that wandering in the wilderness was a special time because you had to figure out what you want to do. What direction? Well, when I got there, I was a nationalist. Well, the Lamb had just passed away in 74, I think it was. 74, 75. Yes. So the chief was in, and the chief was bringing everybody to the Sunnah, but he was bringing everybody slow. He was stalling all he could. But anyway, to him it was fast, but to us it was slow. So when I was in Leavenworth, I remember I was in building 53, that's receiving. So I told the brothers, I said, yeah, come on down, I'm doing fishing. We having a meeting. He said, yeah, well, come on down with us. I said, us? Who are you? We the Sunnis. The Sunnis? Who the hell is the Sunnis? What's wrong with y'all? They didn't have no Sunnis in California. Sorry to say, not a one. It was pitiful. All the Sunnis. But guess what? When I was at Leavenworth, Islamic Party was there, and Dar al-Islam. So I got a whole picture of, hey, this is the way to go. We see the next step. The next step is Islam. But not that the black man is God stuff, but really like real revolutionary Islam. Because anyway, so I kind of had a feeling of where we're going. But anyway, still there's a lot of changes. By the time we opened the Masjid in 1980, we were ready to roll. We got educated. Now I'll pick up a little bit. Basically, what I'm saying is this. He said, "O my people, I am no imbecile, but I am a messenger from the Lord and cherisher of the worlds. But I fulfill towards you the duties of my Lord's mission. I am to you a sincere advisor. Do you wonder that there had come to you a message from your Lord through a man of your own people?" This is the problem. This is the problem right now. I don't want to sound that I'm black. So, yeah, let's face it, camera, I'm black. Come from a colored background. You know what? When I became a Sunni Muslim, everybody was telling us, you have to know Arabic. And I personally didn't learn Arabic for years just because they was telling me you gotta be in order. That's why I slurred right now. I've been doing this stuff for a long time. I mean, I got my dictionary, I know what it means, and I had 2 years of this stuff. But all the people that went overseas to study Arabic went to Saudi Arabia or went to Syria. Zayd and them went to Syria, and all the rest of the Negroes went to Saudi Arabia. And you can't find one of them doing anything. They don't do nothing. And I saw that from the time I saw Sheikh Kibler come back, and the people running the hadith real well, and they wasn't doing nothing. So I don't want that kind of Islam. Oh, indeed. So remember, Sayyid Qutb and Rai, that each thing you go through in life, each event carries you to another stage in life that you were predetermined to go there. Joseph and his brothers sold him into slavery because for him to come over the storehouses, right, in Egypt, he's got to go through the changes. So they bought him a ticket. They gave him a ride. That's what they did, right? Because he was predetermined. Remember, okay, we're going to teach you about all these events, and you're going to see the sun, the moon, 11 stars, and all that, make obeisance, and you're going to be a big shot. Well, how you going to be a big shot? You need a ticket to get over to Egypt, right? And you have to have circumstances circling around you, right, that forms and shapes your character. You're already a pre-prophet. By the time you get there and start teaching the truth, you're commissioned, right? But you got to go through different changes because you have a statement to make. Hey, King, put me over the storehouses because I know their value. Let me have account of all of this stuff because I know what's happening. I'll manage this stuff according to its need. I'll take care of all of that, right? before we go through all of that, we want you to clear up all of this stuff with the girls. Right? Now you gotta imagine, in Oakland, they always had girl stuff. Girl this, girl that, all that. Everybody going, who going with who? With it? You ain't never had none of that here. Never. We just don't have to say, no. They've never been able to arrange any stupid stuff like that. I used to refer to Oakland as the Masjid turns. You know, that's a program, the world turns. There's a soap opera. That's the way Oakland, we saw Oakland like that. And everybody that was there was into that type of thing. And not here, we can be into this or that, but we ain't never been into nothing like that here. It just, we ain't putting up with it. That stuff, that's children's play. Ain't nobody gonna be bothered with that. So now, do you wonder that there had come to you a message from your Lord through a man of your own people? It ain't gonna be no more prophets and messengers. Prophet Muhammad would say every week, Khatam al-Nabiyin. He's a seal, he's a locker on the prophets. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is kafata and lil nas, the prophet to the people, to humanity. But then there are going to become people that get flashes and good visions. Remember we taught a lesson on it. Good visions. Good visions, min wari hijab, from behind a veil. It's not in words like the messengers they get stuff. But there are 3 stages of this, and the first 2 is open to all of us. So good visions. Good visions is like when it says right here, and gave you a stature tall amongst the nations. I am not a black nationalist, but I have always liked our people, and I want our people to get a piece of this future world right now. Yeah, like stand tall. This is my personal. I want niggas to be big. It's not new. That's what we wanted. Everybody wanted money. So when we had a lot of money, we tried to make it, and they did. The people had money. The best employment thing they ever had in Oakland was when we used the money and we didn't get less money. We got, nigga throwing all that money away, giving all that money. I wasn't giving nothing away. And then it's just like a cop. You put it out and it comes back. You put it out and some money coming, swirling around. So it wasn't even no Negroes in those days that had $150,000. When I left the country, I had $150,000 to leave with after going to jail 200 or 300 times, after the police following me and bugging my phone, and being up on the telephone post outside of the house, because that meant that there was a PG&E like Pepco. They just, those people was the police, and they used to look at you, and so you get paranoid. You may not believe it. You know how you see LA, they had them helicopters. The helicopter would fly over my house and make the house shake. It would get down just right there. Everybody in the house is there, paranoid. They used to do that to my house. They'd fly right, they couldn't have been no more than 25, 30 feet above the house. You could hear the blades whirling and the trees pushing all back, you know what I mean? And I'll admit it, in those days you'd be mad. And it'd scare your family to death too. Because a lot of people are not into this revolutionary stuff. They just want to live, the human being want to live a comfortable life. The human being is not built to fight systems. It's not built for it. Okay. So when you run up across it, I'll get to what we're talking about in just 1 second. What we're talking about is recruitment of all the people that's been involved in this fiasco for the last 20, 25 years. Yeah, we're going to have interviews. Everybody's welcome. I mean, everybody was acting a fool, including Mukhtar and them, because you got to remember, I told Mukhtar and them years ago, I said, I'm going to help y'all. You know why? This has been in the plan for a long time. And everything that's happened was to expose how it works, to expose the people involved, but not to hold the people, it's not accountable, but not, remember, people are people. You can't stop people from being people. People are not built to, there wasn't nobody but Moses arguing with Pharaoh, right? Everybody else was, hey man, right? I mean, it ain't no picnic here, but he was the only one that talked about letting my people go, right? They might just got used to being there. How many slaves run off from down in Dixie? Well, technically, this is Dixie too, you know. The Mason-Dixon line is up there in Maryland somewhere, up there by, not Gaithersburg. It is up that way by, I'll think of the town, past Gaithersburg. But that's, the Mason-Dixon line is up there. This is below the Mason-Dixon line. And they had to free the slaves in D.C. first. Remember the first? Good God Almighty, talking about it. And Maryland wasn't no slave state, but they was fighting with them. And Delaware, way up there, Delaware was a slave state. Good God Almighty. Now, they said, "O Sally, thou hast been of us the center of our hopes. Hereto dost thou now forbid us the worship of what our fathers worship, but we are really in suspicious, disquieting doubt as to that which thou invitest